everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday. We are back at it again after a crazy week of traveling back and forth to New York. But we are here, we are getting after it, and boy, do I have some news for you. If you guys are new to the channel because you saw the hour-long crypto campaign special on Fox Business. Again, hello, I'm Randi Hipper. Welcome to the Daily Zest. We are live Monday through Friday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, discussing Bitcoin and crypto news along with all the market headlines. You guys are going to enjoy it if you stick around. But thank you guys so much for joining me. We have a lot to discuss today. We even have Blockchain Academy by Uphold, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin and how essentially it is created and how there is a finite supply and how the amount of Bitcoin that miners gets cut in half every 4 years, which is why, again, we have Bitcoin as a store of value. So we're going to be breaking that down a little bit today. We also have headlines from Europe that we're going to go into. Elon Musk and Tesla, or his regular company, SpaceX, not Tesla. I'm thinking of Tesla, but it's SpaceX that we're going to talk about today. Are they still holding Bitcoin? Also, we are going to talk about quantum computing as our spotlight today. It's going to be one of the segments from the Fox Biz special. I see a bunch of you guys are asking for the link. So I'm going to be rolling out clips. I don't know if I'm allowed to put out the full thing. I do have the full special, and I could upload it. I just don't know if I'm allowed to really do that because they do have the special that they're going to be airing the whole weekend on Fox Business, including Fox One and all of their Fox streaming apps. So there is Fox One. You could get Fox One, download the app. There's a 3-day free trial as well that you guys could go try it out and get your free trial. But yeah, we're going to get after it this morning. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal. Let me pull that up real quick of 25,830. Essentially, the macro goal here is 26K subscribers. We have less than 200 to get there. So if you guys are on TikTok, if you're anywhere else that is not YouTube, go support the channel on YouTube and we'll pop off here. People that also joined the special were probably like, wait, is this the same girl? She has curly hair. I know. They did my hair. They did my hair. I really do like straight hair. It's just, I'm in Florida, guys. It gets humid. Let's say good morning to everyone. Say good morning to me, and then we're going to get into the show because I want everyone that's new to check it out and see what we're all about. All right. We got Jesse, Mike Volmer, Silver Days is here, David Bulls, nice to see you, all his emojis, I love that, I just lost my spot. Peace is here, Sola Hefe, Black Hat, Andy S, Gutfeld, the 5, hopefully I'll be on all of these shows, we're working on it, don't worry guys, don't worry. Head Snaps, nice to see you, Ian F is here, Doge Bowl, I see you, Mike Mazzone, Yukio are on X, nice to see everyone. Gary, what's up? John Legend, everyone, good morning. Thank you for being here. Jesse, I says I'm new. I'm dead. That's funny. Okay, guys, we're going to get after it. Again, please smash the like, subscribe, and share. We're going to pop off, talk about crypto news. Hello, Charles. Thank you for the heart over on TikTok. I appreciate it. Tomorrow, we're going to get back into the members only after show. So tomorrow we're going to be live. Members, you're going to get your after show. That's exclusive for members of the YouTube channel. So if you want to become a member, hit the $sign emoji in the chat. You'll get your emojis, and then you could go sign up in the Discord as well. Phil on X says Bitcoin is freedom. Absolutely. Boomdoc Saint, good morning. Poe is here. Everyone, good morning. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get into the market recap. We have a few gainers, a few losers today. Seems like we're even in and out here, but Meme Core is our biggest loser on the bubble today, down 15%. Hype, though it has hype, it is up 15.5% today. Let's take a gander at Bitcoin. Again, we're battling this 200-day SMA. Holding support at 76K is so important, it's not even funny. Right now, we're at $76,950. We're down about 0.69%. Very interesting. Again, holding support at 76K. That's something we wanted to test. I was saying that last week before I left for NYC. I was telling you guys we want to test this 200-day SMA, reject it, test it again, and pass it for a week. So that way we could feel really comfy going to that 93, 94K, which I actually stated on Fox as well. I did Nat Brunell post that one? Did she post that clip? Hold on. Oh no, this was Quantum. Okay, never mind. I have another clip that I was talking about this market move. But again, ideally, you want to pass that 200-day SMA that's at around 80K, go to 93, 94. If we hold support at 93, 94K, you guys know where I'm looking next, which is 101K. That is a critical level. Don't tell me otherwise. You can see it right in the chart. But again, if we fall below the 76K, our ideal bearish scenario is 60K flat. Again, we had this wick low there down in February, the beginning of February. So I would love to test that again. If we go down to 60K Bitcoin, good for us. If we go up, again, good for us. We benefit either way. Over here, we do have the momentum that is hitting lows, the lowest we've seen since the beginning of April. We also have the money flow that's kind of telling us a different story that she's picking up. VWAP is also picking up, which is good. We want that to flip. We want that to go bullish. Also, looking at the RSI, we're seeing a little bit of bearish energy. Again, if you were below this 50 line, this is for educational purposes. Again, this is why I have it outlined the way I do, is because, again, if you are above that 50 line, you are considered in the bullish area. If you are below that 50 line, you are bearish. And this is how people typically feel when they were bearish. I just thought the emoji was fun. So I would love to, again, keep cooling off this RSI. The fact that we are still holding 77K and we are officially bearish with this RSI, I think is a relatively good thing. It shows that we have a lot more room to build on the upside. So I'm overall bullish all the time. So this doesn't really matter to me anyways. Let's continue to get after it. Again, if you are here, say hello. If you are bullish, put some rocket emojis. I need to see some fun and activity in this live chat. Let's see this rocket emoji. Let's see rocket emojis everywhere, please. VM says, good evening from Delhi. Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, with that, we're going to get into breaking news headlines. Brace yourselves. It's going to be spicy. Let's do it. Guys, we have so much going on in America, but real quick, we're going to go to the EU because they have in the EU something called MiCA. It is their crypto regulation. People are, not happy with MiCA. I don't think MiCA is very inclusive, but they claim that this is such a big W for Europe, which I would argue, I don't know, has it really benefited anyone? Not really. However, they're kind of reviewing it right now. They're like, hey, is MiCA really it? And is the crypto framework really still up to date? And I would love to see what you guys think about this, especially my European besties that are in this chat right now. The European Commission said they're seeking feedback on whether the EU's landmark crypto framework, the MiCA framework, the Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation, remains fit for purpose as digital asset markets evolve. Again, because we do have more than just people spending money and moving money back and forth with Bitcoin. Now we have DeFi. Now we have RWA tokenization. We have a lot more going on. The stock market is going digital. The stock market, like the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, it is going on blockchain. So the EU, as stingy as they are, they're going to have to FOMO in to blockchain because, again, that's where the world is going. We're actively absorbing the world's wealth. And everything we're talking about, like Bitcoin is so undervalued. Everything here is super undervalued in my humble opinion. This consultation that they're going to have, which remains open until August 31st, invites responses from both the public and industry stakeholders, including crypto firms, financial institutions, tech providers, academics, and consumer groups. And again, MiCA has been around for a few years now, since 2023. And so the commission said they're now reassessing this framework given the rapid changes in the markets and shift in international regulatory landscape since MiCA was first developed. I'm actually happy that there's an acknowledgement from the EU on this, simply because it goes to show what I've been saying this entire time for years, is that they can't really make too many laws regarding Bitcoin and crypto because the space moves too fast. Once they have a law, then it's already outdated. And so the markets are going to keep evolving. That's why I really tell you what's going on with the Clarity Act, what went on with the Genius Act. With all of these laws, they're going to be so irrelevant in the future because Bitcoin and crypto moves too fast. It's also decentralized to a certain extent in some areas. And so you essentially cannot control where the market's going to go. You can only follow it. And so I hope that the governments are really locking in on that, which it seems like they're getting a little bit of a reality check. So we have some things going on. We're going to kind of transition internationally, nationally here, because Binance, this isn't Binance US, this is Binance global brand. They actually launched a SpaceX pre-IPO perp. And so this is pretty big, especially because people are wondering, how can I get involved with something pre-IPO? Well, that's usually a closed door thing in the trad system, but Binance making this move just goes to show how, again, crypto is inclusive and it actually boosts the market and gives more liquidity to the market. Oh, institutions, they're getting reality check after reality check. Love this. Take a look at this. When I read this, I was like so excited. Binance launched perpetual futures that allow users to trade anticipated valuations of private companies before they go public. The first contract to go live is tied to SpaceX, a company expected to debut at a valuation of more than $2 trillion. The pre-IPO perpetual contracts are designed to provide retail, again, people like you and I, this is inclusivity, with early exposure to high-profile IPOs, a market segment historically reserved for institutional investors and VCs. The first listing, SPC XUSDT, will be margined and settled in the dollar-pegged stablecoin Tether, again, because Tether is king. I don't care what anybody says. And it's based on the expected market valuation of Elon Musk's SpaceX company. Now, there is a head of spot derivatives business at Binance that said pre-IPO perps are another example of how Binance is democratizing access to market opportunities by combining crypto-native infrastructure with major financial events. As interest in public listings continue to grow, we're giving users a more flexible way to engage with anticipated IPOs earlier. This is so wow. Just freaking wow. I love this so much. Overly bullish on this, and this merges the TradFi and the DeFi absolutely perfectly. Again, this is something you're getting involved with the stock before it IPOs, and then you are included in a club that usually only institutions can get in. This is why Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain is just so undervalued as a technology, as an asset class. Yeah, SpaceX open to retail, yes, because pre-IPO perps. We got pre-IPO perps. Like, this is so amazing. Like, you are officially locked in. Like, you are a finance bro. You are put at the top. You are in the upper echelon. You are in the upper echelon now. This is what it's all about, and this is why the institutions, the banks, tried to make this huge fuss over the Clarity Act, because if we had stablecoin yields, again, that's less business from what they see. But no, it actually brings more business to everybody, because again, if you're using tokenization and you're getting your pre-IPO SpaceX and then you go and cash out, again, you're going to go back to the banks if you want to go invest in something or go buy a house or go through the trad system for something, which is going to be irrelevant at some point anyway. But again, the banks would still make money somewhere on this. And so I hope they realize that, again, they have to either adopt this technology or they're going to be out of business real quick. Bullish. Now, I'm not done with SpaceX because people are wondering, is SpaceX still holding Bitcoin? Yeah, we're doing that. It shows, according to the IPO filing, that they still hold Bitcoin. Take a gander. SpaceX has officially confirmed plans to go public, setting the stage for what could become the largest IPO in history and potentially push Elon Musk toward becoming the world's first trillionaire, which I wouldn't believe he's the world's first trillionaire. No freaking way. He's probably the first public figure trillionaire, but you know the 0.01%ers. They got them trillions.
Randi Hipper for the win. You'll smash the likes. Thumbs up emoji. No G will hunt you down to slap the noodle out of you if you don't like the stream. I summon him, eyes emoji.
Thank you so much. Again, listen to what he said and smash the like, please. Honestly, let's do a like raid. Everyone unlike the stream, everyone unlike it. Remove your like and we're all gonna like at the same time. After I finish this article, we're all gonna like at the same time. All right. So here's more about the SpaceX IPO. It says the rocket and satellite internet company filed their S1 registration with the SEC, giving investors their first detailed look inside one of the world's most valuable private firms ahead of a planned IPO. As of March 31st, SpaceX held 18,712 Bitcoin on their balance sheet at a fair value of over $1 billion, $1.29 billion, according to the filing. These holdings would be worth closer to about $1.45 billion today, with Bitcoin trading at just about 77K, which it still is right now. And this doesn't even compare to Michael Saylor's strategy that holds 843,000 Bitcoin. But again, this is reportedly seeking a valuation in SpaceX of more than $1.5 trillion, which would be crazy because their goal is a reported $2 trillion valuation. And if this is successful, they would immediately rank in the top 10 most valuable publicly traded companies alongside Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia. I don't know. Probably Elon looks at Nvidia and says, I can take you. I can take you, bro. I can take you. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm actually like looking forward to the drama of the SpaceX IPO. But again, if you want to get involved to pre-IPO, go to Binance. They got you. Okay, guys, at the same time, let's do this. Everyone like at the same time. And when you like, rate the comment section as well. Put any member emoji possible. All right, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pump the likes and like it. If you guys are on TikTok, do your girl a favor. Go to youtube.com/missteencrypto and join on there. It would make me very happy. Everyone go like the stream and have a beautiful time doing it. All right. Let's continue. We do have the Fed Reserve. We do have Kevin Warsh that's like coming in as the new Fed chair, but how much power is he really going to have? We did discuss that on Fox Biz during the special, but this is what the tea is right now, is that they're proposing limited master accounts, which again, I thought like Operation Choke Point 2.0 was over. I thought that like crypto was going to be welcomed. I just don't really love what's going on here. I don't love this. The U.S. Fed Reserve took another step towards special limited payment accounts that would give a lighter version of the master account services the central bank offers to its fully fledged banks, opening a comment period. Now, firms with diverse business models can use such accounts to clear title payments to increase speed and reduce their cost. But without the master account status, you're cooked. You are actually cooked. And so the central bank, which supervises and regulates its member banks, issued a request for information back in December to craft the concept with an initial 45-day comment period. I don't see what's going on here, but again, in March, Kraken was again the first crypto bank to get a limited master account, but they actually, it was like they announced it, but nothing ever really happened with that, which I was very confused with. And so I don't really know what they're doing with the master accounts. All I know is that the process is completely corrupted. Like Caitlin Long from Custodial, who I was on this panel with. She was tweeting something about this last night. Let me see if I can pull this up. Where is this post? She sent it to me, darn it. So basically she was talking about like the Silvergate Bank collapse and how there was a bunch of Operation Choke Point 2.0 things going on here, and that the feds basically did not help anybody. I just want to know, why? Just why? I have to look more into this Silvergate Bank collapse too. There were a bunch of crypto businesses that were using Silvergate. And they were like the top crypto bank, and then all of a sudden they were no more, which was completely suspect. Then we have the latest on the Clarity Act as well, which let's talk about that. The Clarity Act is just, there's so much back and forth over the Clarity Act. Now, the big thing is the ethics portion, which is the fact that Donnie T and his kids got World's Liberty Financial, which you can argue is good or bad. I mean, it's really your opinion on that matter. You guys know mine on certain parts of it. However, what is going on with the Clarity Act? It's a complete smoke and mirrors operation. We were watching, we had that live stream where over 1,000 people were watching, and it was crazy. It was crazy because Liz Warren was just making these amendments to these bills or trying to add things or take things away from the bill because she was selfish and she's paid by the banks. And so this is a completely corrupted bill, start to finish. And so then they're trying to throw in ethics, which, again, ethics is a different committee overall. So why are we trying to include this in the Clarity Act? This is what I call theater. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars overall. So again, basically, there were over 100 amendments proposed. A bunch of them fell apart. Mostly all of them did. And so all 13 Republican members of this committee did vote to advance the bill. But again, there's this whole thing about ethics, and they're saying that the president and his family enriched themselves, engaged in corruption, and sell access to the White House through cryptocurrency. And this is something that is largely debated. However, I don't think this has anything to do with the Clarity Act. So again, this is like super lame. This is super lame. And again, we're paying these people with taxpayer dollars to waste our time. This is why America needs to move fast. And even again, like what the EU is saying is a perfect example that basically they formed this MICA regulation 3 years ago. It's already stupid outdated. And so the US, we're so slow to move on the ball on these things. By the time they even get this Clarity Act going, it's going to be completely irrelevant. So we need young people and more timely actions so that way we can get the right sort of regulation done. Just put a freaking pen to paper. Like, this is ridiculous. Put fire emoji, Liz Warren emojis. I really dislike her. Put fire emoji, Liz Warren emojis. This woman is just absolutely freaking tyrannical. An oxygen thief. Need a separate bill to cover the entire market on no insider trading on all politicians, period. Absolutely. This woman has the audacity, Liz Warren, to be tweeting about insider trading, yet she should be investigated and audited for that exact thing. Because I would love to know. I would love to know. Also, guys, we're going to go into Blockchain Academy really quick because I want to go over a slide that I put in my presentation for the kids, and I'm actively editing this. I'm actually editing the whole class that I did at the high school, so that's about to get done. So I really want to post my full class that I did either maybe tomorrow, I think, or Monday of next week. I really want it to be fresh. So if you guys are looking forward to that Bitcoin 101, again, start to finish, what is Bitcoin, what is crypto, then put a 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. Let me know if you're excited. But Blockchain Academy starts now, and then we're going to go into our spotlight, which is quantum computing a threat to Bitcoin? Blockchain Academy starts now. Welcome to Blockchain Academy, brought to you by Uphold. Guys, please check out uphold.com/Randy. And even earlier today, I put up a post about how you could actually do auto invest on Uphold. And so if you take your paychecks on Uphold, then you get up to 3% back in XRP. And again, set, forget, do whatever you need to do. This is really on you and to make your life a lot easier and invest with ease. So go ahead and check out this post. You guys can go share it out if you like what we're talking about. But this is the latest. So again, if you guys want to find this presentation, you go to missteencrypto.com. Hit the helpful links tab right up here, and you'll see this fresh new Bitcoin 101 presentation. But we're going to go into how Bitcoin are created. And again, Bitcoin is mined. So you could think of it like the little like axe in the ground. I put that right here. I hope you guys like these graphics, by the way. So basically, again, Bitcoin is mined by computers using energy, the same way that like miners back in the day would take their little shovel and go pick in the ground and put in all this work, sift the dirt for the gold, and then they would finally get the proof of their work, which is a reward, and the reward was their gold. Now take that idea, put it to Bitcoin, because you have these computers that are powered by energy, and the computers are doing the work. They are the miners, and then the computers for all their work, they get rewarded with Bitcoin. And this stays competitive because in 2009, which I was kind of getting at with, where is that slide? With the Bitcoin halving, is in 2009, people were mining with their laptops, guys, and they were making 50 Bitcoin a block. Now we're only at 3.125 Bitcoin per block. And so you want to make sure that when it comes to Bitcoin mining and how they're created, again, it becomes competitive, because at first they were just laptops mining Bitcoin, because again, the energy was low. The amount of people on the network were low. So the amount of energy you needed to mine Bitcoin was low. So just like how a business works, right? You can start as one person, but if you want to scale your business, you need more energy. You need more people to contribute their energy and their time to make your business grow. The same with Bitcoin, right? You keep mining, and then more people start mining, and then you got to compete with the other guy next to you. So you want more power, you want more energy, which is why Bitcoin mining has become such an expansive, crazy process, is because people are getting actual data centers so they could put Bitcoin miners in there and go ahead and mine more Bitcoin, because there's so much computing power and so much energy that they need. So again, it remains competitive. It remains competitive. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Please say hello if you're new. But I hope you guys like this explanation of how Bitcoin are created. And again, there's only 3.125 Bitcoin per block now. And so we are basically halfway to the next halving, which is every 210,000 blocks, or approximately every 4 years. As you can see, sometimes it's a little sooner than that, especially at the beginning in 2009 to 2012. It's about 3 years, almost 4 years. And then it was 2016, 2020, 2024. And then probably, again, by mid-2028, or maybe even before that, we'll see the next Bitcoin halving. Again, it depends on the 210,000 block mark, so it's not exactly timed. And I remember in 2024, I actually was on Fox the day of the last Bitcoin halving, which was freaking absolutely historical. I was so grateful for the opportunity. I wore orange and I was so excited. I got to see if I could find that, because it was just such an honor to celebrate something so big for Bitcoin, especially, you know, just the Bitcoin halving. Like, that's major. As you can see, I was wearing orange that day. This was the day of the Bitcoin halving. It was about April 19th. Of 2024.
The state of the U.S. economy and rising tensions around the world.
But yeah, we were chatting about Bitcoin, and it was so fun. The Bitcoin halving. Look at this.
What do we expect over the next year or 2 years after this?
I think you should look back at the past halvings. First halving, Bitcoin was around $12. Next time it was $650, and this is around every 4 years. And then the last time was around mid-2020. It was around $8,500. So instead of worrying about the short term, when in doubt, zoom out on the charts, and you could see that Bitcoin's price appreciation is nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think it's been number one asset like 11 of the last 13 years. I got a video of.
Oh, and then he went into me teaching the class. So I literally taught this class. Like, it was like literally so funny, because I literally did this exact thing like in 2024. Did the class around the same time I was on Fox. It just aligned so great. So the Bitcoin halving is very historic. And I was, again, so grateful to be on Fox for that. That was absolutely fantastic. And teaching the kids about Bitcoin. So you'll see in my presentation, I even spoke about that too. Also, guys, I know you guys are asking to see this whole thing on Fox. I do have the whole thing, so if there's something you want to see, let me know. I do have the whole special, like, screen recorded and downloaded, but I just haven't edited it yet. Also, I could play this clip for you about quantum computing, and this is kind of the spotlight of the show. Is quantum computing going to kill Bitcoin? And I think this was a huge fear-mongering tactic by God knows who in the narrative makers to try to have people doubt Bitcoin. And I spoke about it on Fox as to why it's not a problem. Let's do it.
Of a quantum apocalypse are growing. Wired is writing that Q-Day is coming when quantum computers will finally crack encryption and break into the world's best kept secrets. I want to bring back Caitlin Long, Randi Hipper, and Natalie Brunell. You know, Natalie, I'll start with you because it does seem like as the talk went on, or, you know, the fear has grown, something's happened with Bitcoin, you know, and a lot of these other cryptos. Now they're starting to recover a little bit, but it felt like they were down and there was an invisible hand holding them down. Could the market see something that maybe quantum will be a problem?
Well, perhaps people who don't fully understand Bitcoin and the work that's already being done in the industry are using that to price Bitcoin, but the threat is really not imminent. The hardware right now does not even exist to be able to crack Bitcoin, and it's several years away, so the industry is really working hard to prepare because Bitcoin can upgrade through consensus, it's software, and so I think that we're going to solve this problem as an industry, especially with all of these stakeholders, both on the retail level as well as institutional and sovereigns that have gotten into Bitcoin.
But here's the thing, right? We talk about software, Caitlin. Software stocks, the biggest companies that have ever existed, Microsoft is getting hammered, ServiceNow getting hammered, Salesforce.com getting hammered. Software has been annihilated, and not just software, other industries, because of potential AI threats. So when do we start this push for consensus? Because I think if you're too confident, you're going to be caught flat-footed.
Well, that's certainly true for software, for AI, in part because the services business is going to be disrupted. But I, too, am not worried about the quantum risk. We typically can see that coming. The cryptographers will tell you, for example, that when SHA-1 was broken by Chinese cryptographers in 2005, theoretically, it took 11 years for Google to actually brute force break SHA-1. So you typically have the opportunity to see this years in advance and upgrade, as the internet did at the time. Most regular folks didn't even know that happened.
Randy, you're not afraid?
No, I think the talk of the tech exists more than the tech itself. And this is just like the old argument of Bitcoin's bad for the environment, Bitcoin's bad for criminals. But you see, every time a Bitcoin argument gets debunked, they come up with a different one. So this is just the next layer. It's fear mongering.
All right, so Natalie, what are you worried about? Is there something that you're anxious about? Is there something about the way crypto's acted recently, or is it just par for the course? It's another crypto winter.
It's another Bitcoin bear market. I've seen drawdowns far worse than we've seen. That's not to say that Bitcoin's bottom is absolutely in, because we're only about halfway through. If you compare and layer Bitcoin's bear markets from previous cycles on top of each other, there's a great chart put out by Pierre Richard that shows that we might have more pain ahead. But the thing that honestly worries me is just the state of affordability in our country, the lack of hope in the American dream, people moving toward socialist policies because the fiat system has really broken the link between work, savings, and ownership, and I think Bitcoin restores it. We just got to teach people about it.
Randy, you've been teaching people about this for a long time. If it's the only group in the last year that has less Bitcoin are millennials, and older folks are buying into it. So what's going on with younger people? Are they attracted to other things like maybe the predictions market, stuff like that?
I think Gen Z in particular is very bullish on Bitcoin and crypto. I think millennials are kind of more conservative than Gen Z. They're a little more like tedious. But I do believe that overall, like, people are going to come into crypto because it's the only way out. Even how she mentioned the American dream, people that are my age don't want to have kids. They don't even know how they're going to have a house one day because they're working 3 different jobs just to afford a basic lifestyle. Even a gym membership is intimidating to people in my generation. But as we're seeing, Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time. And that's not going to stop because the world needs Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't need the world. It's a standalone technology that saves us all in truth.
Caitlin, are you concerned about anything?
No, not really.
How did you guys like it? How did you guys like that? How did you guys like the segment? This one you can find on Fox Business's website. And I don't know if they're uploading like the whole special unless you have Fox One, or you have like the actual Fox Business channel on your like DVRs and things. But yeah, this was it. A gym membership is intimidating to some people. You know, I was watching a video last night, and this is like some perspective too. So there's like this influencer couple on TikTok, right? So their stuff came across my feed, and they were talking about how they spent $200 on one dinner, right? And the comments were just like coming at them like, I wouldn't even have $200 for groceries this week, or I wouldn't even have $200, period. Like, people are struggling, and Bitcoin And Bitcoin is the way out, because if we adopt a Bitcoin standard, then we need to be able to conserve our purchasing power. And that's what Bitcoin does. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is, and I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I don't know how many likes we have. Do we have at least 75 likes? I don't know how many likes we have. Or did you hit the like button yet? Did you hit the like button yet? Guys, where are you? Guys, please smash the like. I feel like everyone should be able to bring their own input. Everyone should have a voice. I agree with that. Ben, a member for 28 months. A great job on Fox. We're so proud. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Off the record, crypto will be on Fox Monday through Friday. I mean, I wish, man. I wish. But we're gonna get there eventually. Don't worry, guys. This is just the beginning of our Fox journey, even though we've been going on Fox for 5 years now, about 5, almost 6 years. So I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish on Fox News. And I think that they're really advanced, and I think they are up to beat with the narrative of Bitcoin and crypto. And I don't think there's any other news station that has crypto people on more than Fox Business does. So I give Charles a lot of credit too. He really just like came out swinging and had all of us on, and just like, you know, handpicked this panel. So I was very happy to be one of the people that he chose for this as a voice for crypto. It means a lot to me to be able to do this, especially because, again, like, I am a pro crypto person, overall crypto, and I believe in DeFi and what the future holds for that. And we need crypto. And I spoke about that too on the special of why, and how we're living in an internet-based economy. So we need a money and a financial environment that matches that security, that feasibility, and the speed. And so, yeah, this was really great. This was a picture of all of us. Of course, I'm the shortest in the room, and everyone else is so much taller than me. It's like I saw this picture and I was like, bruh. I was like, bruh, I'm so short. People are like, how tall are you? And then this was the picture of me and the kids. There was only one girl in this investing class, and this is like, I was like, you are me and I am you, because she was like, again, the only girl in this class. And then I was like, I'm like basically one of the only women in the room sometimes when it comes to crypto, especially at conferences. I feel this way. So the ratio was real, but this girl was really sweet. This is Mr. Johnston all the way to the left. If you're asking, are these kids really tall? Yes, they are. Mr. Johnston is like freaking 6'5" or something like that. He's a tall man. He's a freaking tall man. And all these kids are giant, and I felt very tiny compared to all of them. And I tried to stay on brand. I tried to wear the dress to match the school, you know, the vibe, you know. But yeah, this was the school. These are all the kids, and it was such a great spot, and I really loved being there. So John Legend said, it's odd every time you miss a few streams or go to interview or a conference, the views get knocked down. Yeah, I know. You're not short, they're giants. I don't know like what these kids are freaking eating and drinking. I'm walking in these hallways and they're like towering over me. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm literally up to some of their shoulders. Like, I'm not even getting there. Like, I'm not even freaking getting there. Did I talk to my old teachers? Yes, I did. And you know, the funniest thing is, I never even had Mr. Johnston, this guy on the left, the teacher in the room. Never even had him. He was never one of my teachers. He was actually my sister's teacher, and that's how I met him. And so, yeah, no, he's a great guy, and I absolutely love him. I did see my old teachers, my guidance counselor. I have a clip of him that I was going to post, but I was like, I don't know. But yeah, like, because like once Mr. Johnston saw me, he was like, oh my God, this person needs to see you. This person needs to see you. And so, yeah, I just like saw a bunch of people. And actually some of my old classmates actually work at the school now too, which was really funny to see some of them. And so, yeah, it's like an all boys school. No, there's a girl here. She was just the only girl in that class, in the investing class, because as seniors in that school, investing is an elective. So that was like a class that people chose to take, and it's like very limited. So she was the only girl that made it in. But yeah, no, that school actually used to be an all boys school, and then they started letting girls in. So when they let girls in, I was the second class of girls to be in that school. So now there's, you know, obviously girls in the whole thing now. So, but yeah, this was so fun. You thought it was great. Renewed sense of confidence. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Ego keeps people away. It's the freedom play. Warpaint. That was a bar you just dropped. That was an absolute bar. Did I sit at my old classroom desk? Well, technically in high school, you're not sitting in one room all day. So I was in like a mix of all the different rooms. I actually was like by my old locker, and I was like, oh, this used to be me. But yeah, it was so fun. It was a great time. Please make sure you smash the likes. But yeah, when it was an all boys school, yeah, no, it was definitely kind of crazy. Like the boys were wild. So I guess they brought in the girls to calm it down a little bit, because obviously boys can't act like boys when there's a bunch of girls around. If you guys haven't yet, please smash the like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys so much for supporting everything that I've been doing. And it is just such a blessing to be able to do what I do and have the opportunities that I have. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're going to be back tomorrow morning for the Zest, and we're going to have a members only after show. So if you have not yet, please become a member of the after show and pop wolf with me. We're going to have a really good time. And then, yeah, guys, we're going to have a great weekend going into the weekend. But again, we have one more show tomorrow, so make sure you're here. You tune in. Again, we're live Monday through Friday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll be posting some clips from FLUX today. Whatever I can get out, I'll do. I'll also be working on editing my Bitcoin 101 class that I did for the kids. So I'll probably post that either again tomorrow or next week. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Please smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. Have a beautiful day. Happy Thursday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.